And a pleasant good morning to you from Tony'sPicks.com. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to Night Moves here for Tuesday, March 24th. If you like hockey, this show's for you, but we also have some NBA and NIT action. We've got wrapping it up here, quarterfinal action here, 8 teams left in the NIT. We'll preview the 2 games on Tuesday here, and we'll look at those NBA games as well. But man, how many hockey games are there? There's a lot of hockey games, and well, I think everyone in every game has one team that may have a chance. There might be one game I was trying to get rid of, but if we're going to do this many hockey games, we might as well do them all here on Night Moves here for a Tuesday. Thank you for joining me in the chat. Really good to have you here. And we're going to have a good show for sure here. Wish we were here ready for the baseball season on Wednesday, and then more finals here, Sweet 16 in college basketball. Can't wait for that. But not a lot of news, I think, here in the world of sports and sports betting. We just want to get to the show here probably and get the previews in and hammer that hockey. But we did have some winners here on Monday night, including in the NBA. It's had a winner here on Night Moves last night with Memphis and Atlanta game to go over. We started off there with the win on the card. Also, Lakers and Pistons game to go under was our winner here on Night Moves. But I'll just say I got lucky there with that one. I mean, look, it was landed 223. The total was 224. The totals would have went 10-0 on Monday night if not for 2 games just barely staying under, and that was the Thunder and the Sixers. That game stayed under by a point or two here, only after the total rose like 5 points. On the move over. I mean, most people probably would cashed on the over. It stayed under by just a mere point or two with the Thunder and the Sixers. And then there was one other game that barely stayed under as well. And every other game was an over there on Monday night. It was the Laker game itself at 223, and that's only the spread was actually going down. It was the only game where you kind of saw the move trend to the under, and we did have it under. But just note this right now as we head into the final 10 games of the season. I don't think it's any fluke, and I'm sure the books will adjust here, but you got to think that we're going to see. I mean, out of every game there last night, 10 games, you had, I believe, 13 teams scored over 120 points on the card. Only 2 teams failed to reach 100 points, the Nets and the Bucks, teams pretty much in the tankathon. So that's just something to note here. I definitely was guilty of too many unders on the card here on the show last night. So we're going to adjust that quickly and pick up the winners here if we can, because that was some just a little bit haywire there, I think. Toronto with a cover for us here on Night Moves. We had them over Utah 143-127 there. And then also Golden State, we had them on the road against the Mavericks. They won it in overtime. 137-131. It went over before overtime. That wasn't any problem either there. So, all right, we're going to also look at the one hockey game. What a barn burner that was with Ottawa getting the 2-1 win over the Rangers there in that one. So back at it here with a big hockey card. We have a 1 game, 15 games, 2 games, 14 games. That's just the way it's going. Right now. All right, let me say hello to everyone in the chat. I don't know, feel like we need those baseball games to start here. All right, let's bring up the chat here. Am I working? Am I on the air here? No one's joining me in the chat tonight. Man, I better check out YouTube over here and make sure I'm on. I see we got 24 of you here, and I'm just wondering if there isn't a technical issue. Seriously, maybe no one has commented yet, but usually I hear from some of you out there right now. So, oh man, I'm lonely here all of a sudden. All right, let me fire it up, make sure here. Anybody want to say anything in the chat, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to think that this is being a little bit defective here. Uh, Yep. Okay. Thank you, Javier Martin. Javier Martin. Thank you, Javier. Okay. Maybe some of our regular chat pros aren't here yet. So thank you very much. I see that it's working. So that's all we need to know. I guess we'll just go right into the action. I don't really have a lot to cover as far as the news and notes are concerned, other than a few results there. So let's get rolling with the. We're going to be here long enough with this hockey card. So how about a real quick women's action there on Monday night in the Sweet 16? I guess that was something of note. We had some good ones too. Louisville beat Alabama, did not cover, 7.5 point favorite there. Also, Virginia over Iowa in a wild one, double overtime. Iowa built the lead, Virginia built leads during the game, and Virginia need to work their way back into the game. Notre Dame upset Ohio State, but they looked like the favorite on the court when that game came in. Kentucky and West Virginia came down to the wire. Kentucky won it 74-73 in the final seconds. They traded baskets there late, and Kentucky advances over West Virginia. Connecticut rocked Syracuse 98-45, and oh man, that poor Syracuse, the veteran coach, she said, I've been here 37 years and I'm in the same bracket every year, in the same bracket with Connecticut. Well, it is a regional, but it does feel that's what we said about in the women's tournament. The number one, the top seeds host their own regional. It's a built-in advantage that those teams have had because of just the fact that the men's tournament has the designated sites, but the women's tournament has had to rely upon the gate a lot of times. So they put those regionals in there in those cities. Maybe it's time to move on from that. Maybe the tournament's grown big enough now. Not that it would have changed the outcome. Come on, Connecticut's going to beat Syracuse every time right now until Chino's gone. Vanderbilt, confident win, crushed Illinois. They were favored big. South Carolina rocked by 40. You got to think the Gamecocks are going to take this Connecticut team. Can't wait there when they rolled. They were 25.5 point favorites. They rolled by 40 over SC. And UCLA, great offense. They did not cover. They were favored by 30 in a runaway spread against Oklahoma State. They only won by 19, but they do have a pretty good offense here, and we'll see if the Bruins can do it, because remember, they have just one loss as well. They're the weaker of those clubs that are expected to be title contenders, but we'll see. Maybe they can pull up one upset along the way. So maybe that we did pull something out of our good women's tournament, though, and especially when we get to the Sweet 16 now. All right, I'm ready to go. I guess I got that one out. Go to the NBA previews here for Tuesday. 4 games on the docket, all with a little bit of significance here. And let's get rolling. There's Big Zach as well. Thanks, you guys. Hopefully someone can pull it off with me here and give me some comments from the chat pros with the predictions. But if not, I'll handle it. Here we go. Let's start it off with the Tankathon game here between the Kings taking on the Hornets in this one. The Hornets, winners of 3 straight. They're back on the groove right now, just in time. I don't know if they're going to make it out of 10th place, but we know that they're in the postseason, so they're going to be heavy favorites here. Some might think a little too many, but look, the Hornets are the much better cover, 22-12 against the spread at home, 17-10 against the spread as a favorite. We know the Kings have been, not good against the spread this year. Actually, one of the worst teams around, 13-21 ATS on the road, 25-38 ATS as an underdog. They're in the Tankathon right now, although they did win last time out in a 126-122 win against fellow Tankathon team Brooklyn. But Charlotte here has been rolling some teams, and they just beat Memphis as an 18.5 point favorite at home, 124-121. So look, 17.5 is going to be up there for sure. But what are the Kings going to do here against the Hornets team trying to get out of that 10 slot? You can still move up. You can still move up if you keep winning right now. But again, we're still in that same situation where you have those final teams battling it out from 5 through 10, and we're running out of time. Uh, with so many teams in the jumble or right there, it's going to be hard just to move up a step or two. But that's what the Hornets need to do. I think, did I go over it yesterday on the show? How I've been preaching about those. 9 and 10 seeds, right? How they don't make it. Well, I finally got the numbers together, and the 7 seed has made it 100% of the time so far in the 8 years that they've run the play-in tournament. Meanwhile, the 8 seed has advanced to the playoffs 70% of the time. The 9 seed has advanced to the playoffs 30% of the time, and the 10 seed has advanced to the playoffs 10% of the time. So you can see the importance there of finishing as high as you can. It's funny because actually the 8 seed has a disastrous record, but that's because they play that's because of the format of the tournament and who you play, and you get those second chances. The 7 and 8 get the second chances. They always they kind of been, sometimes they've won the first one and then lose the second one, or vice versa for the other two teams. I don't even know how to explain it, but that's how it goes. So you got to get to 7 or 8 if you can, or 6, obviously. Okay, let's see what you got here. Hey, we got some comments coming in. Thought I was going to have to make all the calls myself here on Night Moves with the Kings and the Hornets. Let's check out what the chat here. Who else showed up? Rich Stubbs, Hornets and over. Damon's on the Hornets here. Tim M is here. He can't wait. Tim's been telling us for 3 or 4 days that we're ready for the opening of the baseball season. But the problem with is we get the standalone game there. I kind of love more the tradition of, I don't know, I'm trying to say back in the day now, right? Of opening day, right? Come on, you got, play the game in Cincinnati. You got all the teams playing, but we got to have a big showcase game with the Yankees and the Giants there. So, all right. By the way, Yankees $1.15, 6.5 over 25. Freed and Webb. Here shouldn't be talking about the baseball game in the middle of this Kings and Hornets segment. Good thing I got my Netflix going, says Tim. All right, well, I'm here talking Kings and Hornets, and these two teams did have their other meeting. It was 117 to 109. The Hornets won it by 8 as a 14.5-point favorite just 2 weeks ago. Hornets are definitely under team at home. Hornets have gone under in 22 of 34 home games overall. Sacramento, they trend just a little bit under as an underdog here. Big Zach, you guys really, it's going to be a great baseball season here with the chat pros ready to go. Big Zach doesn't care what the line is. He's on the first 5 under. All right, you guys, I'm trying to talk Hornets here. Hornets are 5-1 straight up in their last 6, 8-1 against the spread, their last 9 games at home. Charlotte's covered 12 of their last 17. Sacramento's gone over in 4 of their last 6. I'm trying to say that every game's going over, but I might be on the under in this one. Charlotte and Sacramento have gone over in 13 of the last 20 here in Charlotte. This is the one game I think the Kings are going to have some issues here. I probably will go over in every other game. Just if you want to tune out right now and come back for the hockey segment, I'm going to try the under in this one, but that's it. And that might be it for the rest of the season, the way the games went on Monday night. I feel awkward taking that under, but to me, you have a Charlotte team that definitely holds their opposition down. The Kings, while, they're very poor defensively. We know that. But can they really get anything going offensively against this Hornets team that's a buzz right now, trying to make sure they try to get out of that 10 slot? And obviously they're playing a little bit better than a 10 slot team, but, they just had too much ground to make up. And, maybe that'll make them live in the little play-in tournament. Like I said, the 10 seed's no good. So I'll leave it at that. I'm going to take the under, but that's it. Every other game we're going over. Every other game, okay? Tim says the Kings will get smoked in this one. Yeah, hey, they're playing here. It is first game of the road trip here right now, but man, Charlotte. Okay, this has been, they've won and covered all three of their last home games right now. All right, over for Damon there. Thanks, guys. All right, next up, Pelicans taking on the Knicks here again. Another little bit of a lopsided tankathon game, but the Pelicans have been playing well enough. They're only getting 9.5 in this game, but the Knicks are still dominating and dynamite at home against the spread all kind of all season long. You're only getting this discount because you do have a Pelicans team that actually is, pretty hot at covering numbers right now. That's a fact, and kind of belies their overall, they've been a disappointment. I think we were expecting more from the Pelicans this year, but they're still a good spread team, which makes it kind of interesting. 41-30 against the spread overall, 18-16 against the spread on the road, but 8-1 against the spread in their last 9, having won 5 of their last 7. They have dropped 4 of their last 5 on the road. They've gone under in 6 straight games, but this is a situation where I kind of go in the other way, maybe here with talking about the total. It is 232.5, so maybe New Orleans can still, what are they going to do? Come in here and play some defense on the Knicks? Knicks 24-12 against the spread at home. They did play already their first meeting. It was 130-125 back in December. The Knicks won that one. Did not cover on the road at New Orleans. Knicks have won 5 of their last 6 at home in 6 straight games coming in and, getting the money in most of them here right now. Covered 2 straight at home here, although failed in 3 of their last 5. I'm going to go over here in this one. Like I said, maybe the trends do lean under a little bit here, especially with New Orleans in these 6 straight unders right now. They've actually been holding teams down a little bit defensively, which is, like I said, kind of interesting because they really haven't been, they're not going to the postseason. They really haven't been that good. It's been a, rough season for them. We were expecting more. We thought they were going to be a young, budding team, and it didn't work out this season for the Pelicans. Kind of like Zion, just always a disappointment. All right, here we go. Some more comments here. Let's see. Pelicans and over for Rich. Pelicans and the points for Damon. People liking those Pels. Knicks for Tim. Over for Damon. I'm on the over in this one. Magic and Cavs here. Action for Tuesday, NBA. Got the Cavs that were here. We're, not in the tankathon, but you look at the way the Magic is playing, you'd think they'd given up on the season right now. It's been unlike New Orleans, right? If you want to compare 2 young teams, right? Everybody, I think, would say that, hey, you got Orlando, teams like New Orleans, up and coming there. And, Orlando, all of a sudden, after that great run, that incredible streak, they can't even win a game here. They have lost here 5 straight games right now to Indiana, Lakers, Charlotte, Oklahoma City, and Atlanta. Now, they did cover 2 of them as a dog, but and look, they're going up against Cleveland here. I mean, Cleveland we know is still not a great cover no matter how you look at it. Cleveland 13-22 against the spread at home and 20-37 against the spread as a favorite. So we know we've been picking on them all year a little bit that they've been. I mean, here's a team that's 44-27, but are obviously always overrated right now, and maybe against this Magic team that is definitely struggling, and that's why maybe they're getting these double digits. But they're going to the postseason still. I don't think it's they're trending down. Maybe they were playing over their heads there a little bit for a while, but they're still in 8th place. They can move up here right now. They're cold, so are the Heat. So I'm going to go ahead and try the Magic here in this one just because, I don't think it's a type of a blowout. You got a Cleveland team that is a poor covering team. Orlando is still, a good, decent spread team anyway. Like I said, good season. I'm going to take the Madge. All right, let's see. I want to say hello to Mad Sushi Maker here with the over. I mean, I gotta love this. I mean, Well, I'd love to have Mad Sushi Maker be joining us here. Thank you, Mad Sushi Maker. Also, Magic and Over, Damon Magic Plus, and Andre says Cavs on the money line. All right, well, one more here. I'm trying to make it as entertaining as possible with our 4 NBA games. Oh, Rich said Cavs and over. Cavs and over. We're not done yet. All right, one more, though. Got a decent one here out west with the Nuggets and the Suns. I almost want to call them my Suns, but that losing streak kind of, depressed me a little bit, but they got back to their winning ways. I feel like I've been the only one wanting to hang on with these Suns a little bit. Everybody wanted to get rid of them at the break and say they weren't going to do it. They're going to finish in 7th place and probably going to make the playoff. They'll probably make it through the play-in. I don't know. They're kind of going backwards, but we're not seeing it from the, as hot as the Clippers were. I guess they're still hot in a way, but, Trailblazers and Warriors, I think the Warriors are just doomed. The Trailblazers have had a nice season. They're not going to get by. I think it'll be the Clippers and the Suns that advance out of the play-in tournament, and they will make it. Just like I said, the 7 and 8 will always be better, and I think that's what will happen here. I think the Suns will be able to salvage this and make it to the 8-team playoff. They are struggling, though, here right now, but did win last time out to kind of right the ship. They blasted Toronto 120-98 as a 4.5-point dog. Before that, they were on a losing streak, and they did cover some games in there to good teams like Boston and San Antonio. So, Phoenix has been a good cover here most of the season. 21-16 ATS at home, 22-16 ATS as a dog. They're probably a better road dog team, but still, Denver still a good cover. But despite being 23-15 against the spread on the road, they are just 23-25 against the spread as a favorite. So just goes to show you when they're in that rare role of a home dog. But mostly, I think this one's about the Suns here, and I think they can get this money in this game. Denver just, I don't know if they're totally overwhelming right now. They have been overwhelming against the Suns. Now, they are coming off back-to-back wins. They did cover against Portland last time out, 128-112. They have owned the series for sure against Phoenix. They've won 5 out of the last 6. Overall against them, covered 12 of the last 18 meetings between these semi-frequent opponents. Denver's won 5 of their last 7. Phoenix just 1-5 straight up their last 6, but 6-3 ATS in the last 9. I'd say the form is still fine. Phoenix has gone under in 6 of their last 8 games at home. There, and Phoenix also gone under in 4 of their last 5, but Denver's gone over in 11 of their last 12 games on the road. Come on. All right, you already heard what I said about the total. I'm going to take the Phoenix Suns here plus the points, but like I said, these things are going. Get on it now. Let me see if the total's gone up yet. Could we see this one go? I think it'd probably go higher here. It has barely gone up so far, but I'm seeing some 235 out there already. So let's hear from you in the chat. The thing is, Phoenix is a dead solid under at home, but I think the Nuggets are more dictating that. So if you look at it, right, the Suns are 27-11 to the over on the road, but the Suns are 12-24 to the under at home. And they've been mostly under. So, but when the two teams met, it was 130-112 last time, but it was back in November. 242 in that one, and then an early season meeting was 244. So, probably a little low here. I think Denver with their offense right now, and yeah, like I said, Phoenix, they are struggling a little bit here, but okay, we'll see if the chat has anything here in this one. We've got Gazzo joining us here tonight. Good to see you in the chat. Rich, Denver and under here. Andre says Jovic, Jokic triple-double. Jokic triple-double. Mr. Weskers is here tonight. He's on Denver. And who's going to guard the Joker? Denver smash spot, says Andre. All right, I guess that's it for the NBA, man. Why can't we have more? And we're getting down to business here. I mean, 10 and 11 games left right now in these playoff. We need some of these teams to really drop off the face of the uh, playoff scene, because once baseball starts, we gotta have a shorter show. We don't want to be going over games between the Nets and the Pacers when we can be talking Guardians and Twins. All right, that's it for the NBA. We're going to the NIT next. The not in tournament. 8 teams are left in the NIT. We're not done with the minor postseason tournaments, but this is how things are going, the way we pace it out here. And we've got a matchup here. Let's go into Wichita State and Tulsa. What are they meeting for the 10th time this season between these two? Just the way it worked out here in the NIT. With Wichita and Tulsa, I think it's the fourth. I think it's the fourth meeting, or is it the third? Whatever the case may be here, it is it's the fourth meeting between these two teams here, and Wichita just won in Oklahoma State. At Oklahoma State, they won at Gallagher, at world famous Gallagher-Iber Arena, 96-70. They rocked Oak State. Getting 2.5, and Wichita playing pretty well. I mean, they're getting points here, 4 from Tulsa, total 152 in this one. But I don't know, the story feels like Wichita a little bit here. They've been winning. They're one of the best cover teams in the country, quite frankly. 21-10 ATS this season. 9-1 straight up in their last 10. Tulsa comes in hot too. You wonder why these guys aren't, never made it, and some of those other teams did. I know that's how the way it works, but we had some of those mid majors, right, in the NCAA tournament. They'd won 3 out of their last 10, and here you have two teams that are kind of smoking along. But I know that's how it works with the power conferences anyway. We're trying to fix it. These guys will be in there once we get 74 teams in there. So Wichita 9-1, straight up their last 10, 6-2 ATS in their last 8-2 ATS in their last 10, 8-4 against the spread on the road. We're still in the home arenas here. For Wichita, they're also 7-4 against the spread as an underdog this season. Tulsa, despite going 8-1 in their last 9, winning 5 straight at home, they are just 1-4 against the spread in their last 5, and 3-7 against the spread in their last 10. Tulsa's gone over in 7 of its last 10 games. They've also gone over 12-4 to the over at home. And it's a pretty high number, I know. And Wichita does kind of trend under this season. They are 13-18 to the under, but 6 overs, 6 unders on the road. So I think it points to the over. I think once the better teams here, the NIT had some okay teams. It's funny, it used to be not more than, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, maybe before the pandemic, that you had teams would not decline the NIT. You just had the field of 64, right, or whatever, right? It was 64 back then, and even less before then. And then you just took the next teams, and that was the NIT. You never really, rarely ever had a team not go to the NIT. Now half the teams don't want to go, it seems like. So it does water down the field, and I think we saw in the first rounds there, some of the teams just weren't up to par. Some of these teams feel like they're pretty good. So I'm going to go with the over here in this one with Wichita State and Tulsa as my play. But you maybe think that Wichita's pretty live here. Let's see what you have in the chat. Tulsa, they've been, like I said, they've been winning, but they didn't cover. Like I said, 4 times they played, right? Home team won every time. Tulsa won 93-83, covered as a 5.5 point dog. Wichita State 81-77 win at home as a 1.5 point favorite. And in the conference tournament, not at home, but in the conference tournament, Wichita won 81-68 as a 1.5 point dog. So Tulsa did win and cover at home, but maybe Wichita was more impressive in theirs, and they won the neutral game as well. Okay, the chat can comment here on this one. This one, feels like a, worth checking out on a Tuesday when we don't have much basketball out there. Hey, the NIT may have gotten it right. All right, everyone wants to talk a little baseball. Should we just tank the show and just go with our futures bet? Mr. Westers likes Wichita here. Storks is here talking Magic basketball. I think we heard what I said about it. Mad Sushi Makers got Tulsa in the over. Kelly says these teams know each other a little bit. Same conference. I put them on a little 9-point what is that? A teaser. Tease Wichita to 9. Tease Wichita to +9 to the over, maybe tease Wichita +9 over 147. Kelly and I. You know what Kelly and I, our teasers are called sweetheart teasers. So it shows right there the heart. Tulsa and under for Rich. And let's see here, Tulsa. And in Tulsa, check the injury report, says Andre here for the Golden Hurricane. Okay, you got Green is questionable here for this game. The forward for Tulsa. And Kelly says she took Tulsa last time out, and or she bet over in the Tulsa game, and it went under 77 to 66. And it only went for 143, and total was 161. That is pretty high, but I don't know. This tournament format kind of feels like the NBA tomorrow night. Damon says Suns or Nuggets. I didn't make it clear on the Suns there. I like the Suns there getting the points at home. And I get Kelly. So, okay. One more here. Let's keep it. Hey, we got 2 NIT games. Like I said, I know a lot of you know the history. I'll come off here some history buff, but back in the day, even before I was born, the NIT was the tournament. The NCAA tournament was the second-tier tournament. Somewhere along the line, it changed. And they actually kind of ran them both. For a few years, they would run them both kind of at the same time. You had to choose one or the other. And then there's the famous City College of New York, which one year won both tournaments. Famous City College of New York team. All right. And Rich has already made his pick for the next game. I haven't even started yet. But we're going to the pit. Andre, you guys, I want you guys to type it in as soon as you can. I do appreciate it. But Andre's on New Mexico. Oh, but St. Joe to cover. Let's take a look at it and see why. New Mexico here at home, where it doesn't matter. You'd think of the NIT, you might think of an empty gym. We saw some of those crowds there anyway. But they did draw over 9,000 fans for their last game here in the NIT. And this has happened before with New Mexico playing in the NIT. They still come to support this team no matter what. New Mexico is 5-6 in their last 11 Mountain West games, but won the first 2 games of the tournament so far by 24 and 25 points over Sam and George. Sam Houston and George Washington. And now they're taking on Joe. They only take on teams with names. Did cover both those games pretty easily here for St. Joe's. They've won 9 of their last 10, including NIT road games at Colorado State and Cal. Very impressive. They won at CSU. Man, CSU, I was kind of trying to ride them at the end of the season. They fell apart. They beat them by 5 as a 5.5-point dog, and then they beat Cal 76-75 as a 5.5-point dog. And St. Joe's has been a solid cover this season, 18-13 ATS. They've covered 7 out of their last 10 and 11-6 against the spread as an underdog. One thing about St. Joe's here, and you're playing in New Mexico, it's a little bit different, not only in the pit, but you got the elevation there as well. And St. Joe's does not play their bench at all. They are really heavy into their starters. In fact, I think they were in the bottom 325 of bench minutes. So you're in the altitude. You do got to sub out a little bit. It gets a little bit thin in there. That it's just part of playing at New Mexico, though. This one, another high total, and it's already gone through the roof here. This one opened as low as 149, 148 and a half, and we're seeing it already here to 150. Well, I have 155 on screen. I think that's wrong. Do I have 155 on screen? Yeah, I don't think it's 155. Let me make sure of that. It's supposed to be good. So, yeah, 152. 152 and a half. You know what? I mean, I don't know. Maybe we should be. Is it a typo or a prediction here with my total here right now? Because I kind of been the whole night I've been operating under the premise, and believe me, I'm on top of this. I have an odd screen right here, just a little bit light on the schedule here. Maybe I wasn't totally focused on it, but that number does seem a little bit thin here in this one. But I kind of want to take the side here with you guys in this one. I mean, I agree. I think as good as New Mexico is here, I think St. Joe's got a pretty nice team. Oh, I should have been doing this the whole segment. Man, blew it. I mean, I could have had a funny segment here and doing St. Joe's, but all right, I'll just take them here. I'll take St. Joe's plus the points and hope they hang on because, it's a tough environment, especially if you don't have a deep bench, and no doubt. But like I said, St. Joe's on a pretty good run here as well. And they've been winning games on the road. They could be out of gas. I mean, this is actually their fourth straight road game. They played BC or U there. Well, that was the tournament, but all right. I'm going to take St. Joe's. That's it for the comments from you. Get ready if you like hockey bet. And I got to do better. And I feel like I'm starting to do better here last couple days on the ice. But we've got a lot of games to go over right now on the ice here, 15 games. So settle in. All right, the struggling Maple Leafs here are going to take on the Bruins all of a sudden. I don't know. I know we got people from Toronto watching. Toronto's one of the great sports betting cities in the world. And this is a fractured clubhouse. And I don't know how, other than the fact just get the season over with and reevaluate. Here we are again with the Toronto Maple Leafs. I know how to read the Toronto media. That's where you go to, and that's how you find out. There ain't no sugarcoating it. There's a problem with the Maple Leafs right now, and here they are, lost 3 in a row again, going up against the hottest home team in all of hockey. Now, this is probably a spot for the Sharps to play Toronto, and I'm not kidding, but I don't think I could do it here right now. Not the way things are going, not the way the news cycle's going. They might play numbers here, how the Sharps are. They're willing to take a team that has lost 7 of their last 8 on the road, 12 of their last 14 overall. The move here, let me check it out. I think the move has actually been on Toronto here. No, not really. Okay, no, it's even been on Boston here, 10-cent move. So maybe I stand corrected a little bit on that. But again, Toronto, these are just dismal numbers. And now you, in my opinion, reading the, beat writers here out of Toronto, it's, like I said, it's a fractured dressing room right now. Disputes among players and with Berube too. I mean, gosh, going to have to get a new coach as well. So, all right, how are you going to play it? I mean, look, I'm probably just going to lay it here with the Bruins and hope they can get the puck line. I don't even know if I can give Toronto credit, but 20-17 as a puck line dog, and that's probably not enough. Boston 11-14 as a puck line favorite. That's pretty good. So I think I'm willing to do it here and just lay the puck line with the Bruins. They've won 14 of 15. They've won 8 of 11 at home against Toronto. Also, Toronto's won 14 of the last 20 meetings overall coming in. Now, these two teams trend over for the most part, but not necessarily when the Maple Leafs are on the road as a big underdog. That for both teams, with Boston at home as a favorite, at home, period. It's not a big move, but just comparatively, that these teams trend over. Boston at home, more of an under, and Toronto as a road dog, more of an under. So at 6/25, yeah, maybe 6/25, maybe even 6/15 at circa. So I still think it kind of leans over, but I'm going to take the Bruins here as my play and lay the puck line in this one. Try to get a little plus money, I believe, out of it. See what you guys have in the chat here. And again, Bruins, no worries here. It doesn't feel like anyway when it comes to the postseason. I think they're going to be able to hang on. It is tight for that wild card, but they're playing well enough. They're in first in the wild card here right now, and they're right on the backs of their division opponents. They can still move up. But any of these teams right now in the wild card chase, talking about the teams like the Bruins, or even those teams that are just squeezing in there right now, there's going to be some action here in the East wild card. But I think the Bruins can get there just because they're probably not going to lose at home. Okay, here we go, I think. Let's see here. Bruins here for Andre. And if Korpisalo's in there, both teams to score first period. Hey, Zach Sanders, good to have you here on Boston. Kelly says Boston at home, they've been strong. And got some prop information in there as well, some props going on. Boston in regulation, nobody likes Korpisalo. He's shaky like Shakey's Pizza, says Kelly. All right, so I'll just lay it here with the Bruins. I think my puck line record has probably been my downfall here over the last week or so with a couple of bad slates. Just laid too many puck lines. I just don't like to give out here, 185 favorites. Look, it's hockey. You can bet the 185. You don't have to feel bad. All right. And okay, Kelly, we'll see. I really could use you in here with some great comments like that, but all right. We just got this 15-game card. I know a lot of you, look, I don't think it's an insult. I know a lot of you have your phone by your bed listening as you doze off. And, I'd probably put you to sleep, but that's fine. I do the same thing. I want to listen to sports information as I'm falling asleep. All right, that's what I do. I promise you. All right, mostly it's Tony. Don't say no. All right, let's keep it moving. We got a lot of games here. Let's go to the Avalanche here and the Penguins. Now, this is a pretty good one here, obviously, with the great Avalanche here on the road, taking on this solid Penguins team, doing a good job, man. They're not gonna be winning the division, but they're going to the postseason here, pretty sure. Again, they're all these teams in the mid 80-point range are sitting in a kind of a close position here that you cannot lose. You are facing this hot Colorado team here right now, no doubt about it. But Colorado's won 2 straight. But we know they've shown vulnerability in the second half of the season here. Maybe they're coasting to the postseason. They'll be ready to turn it on again as one of the favorites for the Cup. But the Penguins, I'd say this has been a pretty good year for Pittsburgh. Colorado's still one of the best road teams, 23-7 overall. But Pittsburgh, solid record at home. Not a great dog, 18-22. But I like them here. I'm going to take Pittsburgh, actually, in an upset in this one. I'm going to pick a few dogs, try to find a dog here, and I think Pittsburgh's going to start it off for me. Maybe you want to go puck line here. I don't care if you do that. I mean, Pittsburgh is probably the best puck line underdog in the league, 31-9. Like I said, you want to be 67% as a puck line underdog. Okay, that is 31-9 is well above that. Colorado's a puck line favorite, though, about as good as it gets. 34-34 record. That's pretty good. That's real good. Remember, when you're laying that puck line, even with Colorado, you're at least even money, maybe even a little plus money now and then. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Penguins, though, here on the money line in this one. Pittsburgh here has gone 4-2 in their last 6 against Carolina. They also do pretty well against the other conference at uh, uh, overall. Colorado's won 10 of 15, 8 of their last 9 on the road. Colorado's gone under in 5 of their last 6, but Pittsburgh's gone over in 8 of their last 9 games coming in. Colorado's been a solid under all season, 13-21 on the road. Pittsburgh, uh, 19-15 to the over at home, 22-18 to the over as a dog here. I'm just going to take Pittsburgh right now in this one. Okay, here we go. Some more comments here. And there's Greg in the chat. Hello. Andre's on the Abs. And Kelly says, Ramon, Pens just upset the Abs the other day. 7-2. When was it? A week ago. 7-2 at Colorado. Got revenge here, possible revenge on the mind of the Abs. Okay. Pens 24-4 when leading after the first period. A nice record right there. That was a blowout. You're right about that, Kelly. 7-2. That would be enough for revenge, I think, in most most handicappers. You got such a good team like Colorado, best record in the league. But again, they've won 2 in a row. I feel like they can coast here. Dallas still 5 points back, and we're down to the final 12 games of the season for most teams. 10, 11, I think 11 or 12 games for most teams right now left this season. Okay, give me Pittsburgh for an upset. Another decent game here. Hurricanes on the road. Look, it's a good card. NHL's doing a good job. Now the teams are going to drop off fast here in the next week, but Carolina here, winners of 3 straight right now, coming in here, a slight road favorite against my Habs. Carolina 20-10 on the road, pretty exceptional. 43-21 as a favorite. Looking good right now here, well in front of Pittsburgh, as we just mentioned, and Bussy in here, if he's in goal, he's had an incredible year, really. He's, putting up pretty much the best win-loss record of any goaltender right now with the way he's going. I see some sites do have Freddie Anderson in there. I guess you could do, not a bad replacement. Normally Freddie might still be number 1. I don't know, might be 1-2 with these guys right now. And we'll see if Dallas is in there. Could be Fowler. You never know with the Canadians and their goaltending here. But still, just Carolina here on the road. It might be a little bit high to really take, but I don't know if I can go against this Carolina team right now. Montreal did win at Carolina 7-5 back on New Year's Day in the only other meeting of this season. So these two teams will face off again. Montreal comes in here having won 12 of their last 17 at home, but Carolina 10-3 against Montreal in the last 13 meetings, 5-2 straight up, last 7 on the road, 4-1 straight up on the road overall. So I kind of want to lay it here, even against those Canadians right now. Montreal, heavy overs here as an underdog, 23-12 to the over here. Man, this one's going to be now Montreal's gone under in 5 of their last 7. 4 of the last 6 meetings have gone under. Yes, Carolina is an under team on the road, but they are an over team as a favorite. Montreal is, pretty heavy to the over, like I said, here. Mostly on the road, but particularly as an underdog. So I think it probably is going to be, it is 6.5 there. I'm going to take Carolina right now here on Night Moves, but I don't mind this total. Possibly, like I said, there were 12 goals scored in the game back in January between these two teams in the first meeting here. But, the short-term trends are under with these two, but it feels like the long-term trends and scenario favors the over. And these two teams are combined 79 and 60 to the over this season. Not much in the chat in this one, but we do have Andre liking the Hurricanes. Blackhawks and Islanders here action for Tuesday. Now, Islanders, they're it seems like every day in the Eastern Conference wild card, a team is taking its place in second place. Here right now, it's the Islanders' turn. This is what's in the East. It's going to be very interesting. Some of these teams, you've got Islanders on 85 points, Red Wings on 84, Senators on 83, and that's not even talking about the teams that are ahead of them in the wild card that are also in place in their division standings, just teetering on the edge where they could fall back into the wild card. The only teams that are probably certain to go through with their division standing are Buffalo, Tampa Bay, Carolina, and Pittsburgh. Or no, just Carolina. Even Pittsburgh could fall out of favor if they were to go on a bit of a losing streak. So you got to at least finish over 500. All these borderline teams in here, like the Islanders right now, got to win these games. Islanders are at least pretty strong at home, and they come in here a $2 favorite though. And the Blackhawks, as bad as it's been, I don't know. The Blackhawks. Look, the Sharks probably exceeded the Blackhawks, as far as the young team looking to make progress here. It feels like it's almost been a disappointment for the Blackhawks. Now, they did call up their number one pick, Sweden's Anton Frondell. And they signed BU's Sasha Boisvert as well, their number one pick. So the Blackhawks can only get better one day, I think, here, the offense especially, because those guys are forwards, and that's where they really have problems. But, those are young players here, and it's just going to take a long time right now. But can they do it here? The Islanders are so good defensively with Sorokin in there, and $2 here, but I just really down on all these favorites like this. Maybe we should just go under with this one, but Blackhawks here plus 1.5 at minus 155. Even that's not a great price here, but I don't know if let me go. Anything in the chat here from this one? We got Andre says Chicago and Island. He's going over. See, oh man. I don't know about that. It feels like these two teams are under city here right now. Chicago's gone under in 6 of their last 7. They've gone under in 8 of their last 9 on the road. Islanders have gone under in 5 of their last 6. 14 of the last 20 meetings have gone under between these two. First meeting was 3-2 Islanders in Chicago back in December. Chicago 27-39 to the under as a dog. The Islanders are 17-15 to the over at home, but I'm going to take, the Blackhawks minus $1.55 on the puck. I better just take the under here in this one. Give me the under. That's the best play for me. I'm going under, even though Andre said go over. If Indeed's going to go to the Blackhawks puck line, you know what? Probably should be doing that. But, hey, I want to give my best play here on Night Moves, and I'm going to take the under in this one. No disrespect to Andre, who quickly went over as one of the only chat pros to make a comment. But the scoring on Chicago here against the Island, it's going to be tough. Team total under probably right there for Chicago in this one. But 3-2, probably 3-2, maybe 2-1. 2-1 or 3-2, Islanders probably in that one. Kraken here taking on the Panthers. Panthers, they're a favorite here. They just had more injury. It's been a terrible year for the Florida Panthers. And now Mikola, he's out for the year. And Balaniskas also goes down. So they're now 2 defenders go out for Florida. They probably should still be able to win this game. But, man, that's been a tough break. Maybe it is a spot. I think if we look at the overall scenarios, I think maybe it does favor Seattle, but just lost so much on Florida this year, really. They have won 4 of their last 5 at home. They're 6-12, though, in their last 18 overall. Seattle 1-4 on the road. They are weak on the road. They have won 6 of the last 9 meetings against Florida. but 2-7 also straight up in their last 9 as Seattle is fading here. They had their turn in the number 2 West wild card spot there for a moment as well, and fallen behind Nashville and the Kings now. So a little bit disappointing this game. It feels like here with these two. Florida long term, not a good season, and the Kraken are probably going to miss the playoffs unless they get it rolling. Seattle's lost 3 in a row to Tampa, Nashville, and Columbus. Didn't look good at all in those games. Florida's lost 3 of 4, but at least they're 18-14 at home. Seattle 26-34 is a dog. I'm going to take Florida because I just don't know any better. It probably should not be bet on at minus $1.40, but I just figure I like their chances better. And in fact, it's probably cheaper than that. Maybe it's $1.35 or $1.30 at the sharp books here. I'm going to try Florida. First meeting was just 9 days ago. Seattle did win at home 6-2, and they, like I said, they won 3 of 4 against Florida. Here's Andres on the Kraken, and Kelly said, there it is. She said it right there, 6-2. And Kelly says, Seattle and you're right. One thing you're right about on this one, Kelly, is the Seattle comes in as the desperate playoff contender. Florida is just playing out the string. So motivation should lie with Seattle. And look, I think if you look at Florida at home, they've been a money burner. And I think if you look at Seattle on the road a little bit. Well, they've also not. I think they're break-even proposition overall this season, but comparatively to Florida, who basically has dropped. No, it's not that bad actually. 3 3/4 units at home. I thought it'd be more than that. All right, give me. I'm taking Florida though. Okay, here we go. You got the Senators here. Like I said, Ottawa here, desperate, but still just 2 points back in the wild card here currently. And the Red Wings just 1 point back of the wild card. This is such an important game right now. Just like the last one for, who was it, Detroit, and who they play? Let me see here. There is such a large percentage swing on a game like this with so much on the line for the potential playoff berth. Right now, they're both trailing the Islanders. Ottawa's won 3 straight here right now with wins over the Islanders, Toronto, and the Rangers. Detroit, meanwhile, it was Boston. That's what it was, I think. Detroit and Boston, and Boston won the game 4-2. That swung Boston's percentage chances dramatically and hurt Detroit's chances severely when Boston won that game 4-2 back a few nights ago. They did win before that. Did Detroit over Montreal, over Calgary? I think Detroit still is playing decent enough here. Obviously, Ottawa's got the winning streak. Ottawa 19-13 on the road, although just 7-11 as an underdog. But look, this is closely rated here in this one. With Detroit is a slight favorite here. In fact, I would actually say they might be closer to at least $1.20 or $1.25. Let me update that line. There we go. Oops, there we go. Detroit 20-12 at home this season for the Red Wings here. Like I said, crucial for both teams. One of these teams is going to, lose ground basically in the chase. Detroit has lost 6 of its last 9 games. They've gone 2-8 in their last 8 2-6 in their last 8 at home. Ottawa's won 5 of 6. Also, Ottawa's won 13 of the last 19 matchups between these two teams. Now, I think profit-wise, Detroit at home maybe just a little bit better than Ottawa on the road here, but I'm going to go with Ottawa in this game here. Ottawa's gone under in 6 of their last 8 and 4 of their last 5 on the road. Detroit has gone under in 10 of 15. This one may feel like an under here, but I'm not sure I could get behind it. Yeah, Detroit is 13-19 to the under as a favorite, but Ottawa, 12-6 to the over as an underdog. I'm just going to go with Ottawa here as my play. Give me the Senators at even money in this one. Andre's on the Senators here. Kelly's got some prop plays here. Going with a couple milestone goals there. Next up, we've got the Columbus Blue Jackets here taking on the Philadelphia Flyers. Man, this is the last of the 707 games. 7 games at 707. And I'm going to probably have a 3-pack of plays. I don't want to tip my hand too much here, but I might have a 3-pack of plays tomorrow over at Tony'sPicks.com in the NHL. That's for sure with this card. For Columbus here, 37, 22, and 11. Right now, Columbus is in third place. They've worked their way up into third place in the Metro with their hot streak here. They did lose last time out, however, to the Islanders in that 1-0 game. We had the Islanders in that one. Philadelphia here just as hot. All of a sudden, they've won 3 in a row. Now, Philadelphia is on the outside looking in. They'd really have to go on a tear here with 80 points here. They have 13. They have a game in hand on a couple teams and 2 games in hand with the Islanders. So as long as they could stay hot, they'd have to get hot and stay hot here right now. And they got a hot team in Ottawa ahead of them. So, and they're playing another decently hot team in Columbus who's had a great season. So good game here with Columbus on the road. They are favored here. Now, I think Columbus on the road, a little bit more profitable than what we've seen from Philadelphia at home, but no doubt Philly 15 and 11 at home. However, just 21 and 28 as an underdog, and Columbus, one of the best favorites in the league at 21 and 8 this season, especially Columbus here, also pretty hot right now coming in. Columbus has won 8 of its last 11 on the road, 4 of its last 5 overall, and defeated Philadelphia in 4 of the last 5 meetings. Philly has won 5 of 6 at home here of late. Philadelphia has also gone under in 5 of their last 6 and 8 of their last 9 games at home here, but I'm going to take the side. Philadelphia is 27 and 22 to the over as a dog, and Columbus is 17 and 12 to the over as a favorite, and Columbus has that great success. But Philadelphia is still 15 and 19 to the under at home. I think I'm just going to take Columbus here as a favorite, $1.35 on the road. But yeah, you know what, Philadelphia. I don't know if I'm getting the best. I don't know if Columbus players are getting the best price here necessarily, but Columbus has owned the Flyers with 4. I said 4 last 5. It's actually 4 straight wins over the Flyers, including so far both meetings this season. Columbus won 5-3 at home and 2-1 against Philly here just 10 days ago. Let's see what the chat says. Here's Damon talking about the Maple Leafs back there. Andre's on the Flyers, and Kelly says, there it is, back on March 14th, 2-1. Columbus beat Philly in that one too. I'm going to take Columbus here. They're the team that's in third place. I mean, it feels like they're going to the playoffs. It feels like Philadelphia's going to miss the playoffs. Easy to say when you see the standings right now, but okay, the Wild are on the road, and they're taking on Tampa Bay Lightning here. And Lightning, pretty big favorite. They've been, back to winning here a little bit. They did lose last time out to Calgary, 4-3. But before that, had wins in a Northwest trip, swept a Northwest trip against Seattle, Vancouver, and Edmonton. Now they're back home. Actually, they lost to Calgary, as I said, so it wasn't a sweep of the Northwest trip there, but did win 3 of 4. Pretty good trip. Minnesota here coming in off of a win at Dallas last time out, 2-1. They are having scoring problems right now. I think that is for sure. I don't know if it wants me to necessarily take me off maybe looking at a game that could go over here with this one with Tampa at home, but Maybe a spot here for Minnesota actually to score an upset on these guys. We know Minnesota here. Uh, like they are headed for the postseason unquestionably here. They're the quiet team almost, it feels like, in the Western Conference. Tampa, meanwhile, in second place, only trailing the Buffalo Sabres, of course. So it is a good game between, top contending teams here with strong records. And I think at $1.75, it just might be too much to pass on the dog. Maybe you could try the puck line because Minnesota is another one of those strong puck line teams, 22-6. It's a puck line dog here. And not a terrible price for a puck line dog with Minnesota at minus $1.80 here. Considering I don't like it when the dog price is higher than the money line of the other team, but Tampa Bay is a puck line favorite, 24 and 35 here. That's okay. It's all right. It's pretty good. Pretty okay. Let's see what you have here in this one. Tampa Bay here, 33 and 26 to the over as a favorite. Minnesota, 21 and 12 to the over on the road. So I think the short-term trends for these two teams right now kind of say under here. Minnesota's gone under in 7 of its last 9, but they do go over on the road here quite a bit. I'm going to take Minnesota's a dog. I'm going to take Minnesota here for an upset. Maybe you try the puck line, but again, $1.80 pretty high. I'm going to go with an upset call here with Minnesota in this one. Minnesota did win the meeting here just 3 weeks ago, 5-1 at home, and they've won 3 straight over Tampa. All right, here we go. Let's see here. Andre's with me. Andre's taking the Wild here. Kelly says, Philly team. Oh, she's back on that other game. Philly team total under Columbus. There you go. Okay, Kelly's asking about the popular reporter there in Minnesota. Very popular court ice rink rinkside reporter had died in a house fire with her children. Oh man, just a terrible story there. It's the lady that comes on there, that you see there on the side on the ice there. Jesse Pierce dies with her 3 children. Just an awful story there. So look, that's another great point. They are on the road here, but it'll be heavy hearts. For sure. These are someone that interviewed all the players, after the game. You know how it is. The game ends, you get the star of the game in there. And, oh, man, it's making me upset. Really feel terrible about that. Yep. But so they'll be talking about it there a little bit for sure. All right. Oh, wow, Kelly. Oh, man. Wow. Okay, Greg puck line there as well. And let's go ahead and take. And maybe let's take the Wild, right? We're taking the Wild. I'm not even going to put that angle in there, but that's actually going to be some motivation, I feel. Don't want to use it in a handicap, but now that you mention it there, and I think this is the first game since that incident as well. Yeah, they've had 3 days off here for sure. So I think teams are going to play with, it's easy to say, but it's obvious sometimes, isn't it? We watch games time and time again where emotion carries the day. Golden Knights and Jets here in this one. And Vegas has definitely had their ups and downs here right now. They finally won here. They're not, they're going to be in. They're not going to blow it here, but it doesn't feel like they're playing that well. They did win after a 3-game losing streak, beat Dallas 3-2 on the road after 3 games losing to Buffalo, Utah, and Nashville. Vegas is 16-13 on the road. Maybe they should just play on the road because Winnipeg here, a really poor underdog, 9-20 as a dog here. They are 17-13 at home, but the Jets are not going to make it to the postseason. They'd have to get super hot as well right now. now, and Vegas needs wins here. I think I'm just going to take Vegas. I don't even know if I have enough trends to support them right now the way things are going, but I think they're the team to take. They've lost 9 of their last 13, but they do own this series against Winnipeg. They've won 10 of the last 11 meetings overall, including 7 straight times here in Winnipeg over the last 4 seasons. Winnipeg's gone under in 7 of their last 9 at home and 12 of their last 13 overall. Vegas has gone under in 6 of their last 7 on the road and 5 straight. So, kind of want to look at this total tomorrow, but I'm going to take the Golden Knights here to win this one on the road at minus $1.30 for my play here on Night Moves. But we'll see if the Jets can, because, I think the Jets are kind of over team. They're 18-11 to the over as an underdog. Vegas 17-19 to the under on the road. But just of late, we're seeing unders with these two teams. Jets did beat the Rangers 3-2 last time out. They were on a 3-game losing streak as well. These two teams played their first meeting in January. It's 4-3. Vegas on the road got the win at the Jets. Yeah, Andre says the Knights are not playing very well right now, but Andre does like it under. I can't disagree. Red Wings is here. Hello, Red Wings. He likes it. Las Vegas in this one, and Greg here is on Jets Puck Line. Hey, we're doing a good job here. We're cruising along here on our NHL card. We're getting close to the finish. Here's the Capitals taking on the Blues. Now, look, I was like, this is probably one we could skip. If there was a bunch of NBA games, we wouldn't be. But we're going to do all the games. This was the only one really worth probably skipping. Washington here, not without a chance, but they would really have to get going. The Blues probably no chance right now. But we're doing them all here tonight. So let's talk about. Let's just go under. Let's just go under. I'm going to go under in this one. Washington 18-28 to the under as a favorite. St. Louis 19-28 to the under as a dog. The last time they met, it was 6-1 back in November in their other meeting. Washington won it at home, rocking St. Louis in that one. St. Louis actually won 7 of their last 10 here. They'd have to win 10 of their last 10 probably to make the playoffs. Washington 4-8 in their last 12 against St. Louis here, actually. And, the way the Caps are going, it's not been a great season, and St. Louis built a little momentum off that win last time out against Vancouver 3-1 on the road. They return home here after a 3-game road trip, Washington hitting the road for their first one. St. Louis and Washington have gone over in 7 of their last 8 games, but I'm going under here in this one. I think you got 2 teams here, Washington and St. Louis. Like I said, as a favorite, Washington more of an under. Are they still a favorite, though? Yeah, $1.15 or so. Give me the under in this one, especially at 6. I don't think it's – it's not 6 over 20, though. That's just a typo. It's never 6 over 20. 6 under 20. In fact, there's probably 5.5 overs out there, but take 6 under 20, 6 under 25 here with the Capitals and the Blues. I'm going under. Okay, Caps under here for Kelly. Under for Andre. Under for Red Wings. How about that? I mean, that's a consensus. But Kelly says maybe you want to get in there, maybe a BTTS in the first period, be 1-1, then bet it under live and cash. All right, 1-1 first period. All right, now we should just spend 2 minutes on that game. Here we got the Devils taking on the Stars here, and look, we know the Stars are heading to the postseason. For the Devils here, though, they're going to be short, no doubt. I mean, there's really no reason to talk about them if they weren't playing a team like the Stars here, although they have won 3 of their last 4. A loss to Washington last time out, 2-1, but I thought they played pretty well in that one. Dallas here with 2 straight losses, and they've lost 3 of 4, but still Dallas 22-9 at home, 33-20 as a favorite. New Jersey's been, pretty solid for the most part on the road, but just not enough this year. Not enough, and they're going to end up well short here. But they've been playing well of late. New Jersey is 11-15 to the under on the road, 15-19 to the under as a on the road. I'm sorry, 15-19 to the under on the road, 11-15 to the under as a dog, and Dallas, not as many unders at home as you might think, but I think I've got myself another under here with the Dallas in this game. Dallas here has gone under in 4 of their last 5. New Jersey's gone under in 12 of their last 18 on the road. New Jersey has lost 4 of the last 5 meetings to Dallas, and Dallas has won 10 of their last 13 at home and 15 of their last 19 overall. Almost looks like a decent price at $1.65 actually. Yeah, probably should do it, but I don't want to lay $1.65 on this show. I'll take the under here in this one with New Jersey and Dallas. First meeting of the season was back in December, and it was 3-0. Dallas got the win on the road as their third straight win over New Jersey. Give me the under in this one. Andre is going Devils and over, however, and Red Wings says Devils have just burned him too much. Yeah, you're not going to make any money with the Devils. I don't think this season New Jersey here this year is just minus 2.5 units. Not awful for a team that's in next to last in the division. Sharks and Preds here, and look, you got a battle of teams that are chasing the postseason here right now. Nashville, currently 75 points in that they're taking their turn in the number 2 slot here. San Jose 5 points back. It's almost do or die time, especially when you've lost 4 in a row. Probably losing some confidence here late right now. Talking about the San Jose Sharks. But see what you got here. The Predators have won 4 in a row, so that's how they've moved up here into position behind the Mammoth for that second wild card here right now. And look, this is their only chance. Minnesota's on 92 points in third place, so this is important for Nashville here to try to win this wild card, get a game like this. Tough game. I always bet Nashville, but I kind of want to go to San Jose here. Maybe it is a good price too, especially with a 4-game losing streak right now. Oh man, I'm tempted to take this dog. Actually, I don't know if I can even prove it with the trends right now. I'm mostly playing the algorithm here a little bit. Just wonder how many goals will actually be scored in this game. It is 6.5 there, right? And that looks a little bit high. All right, let me see what's going on here. Nashville 13-7 at home as a favorite, 19-13, or 19-13 at home, 13-17, 13-7 as a favorite. Losing my mind. We got so much hockey here. Nashville just came off of a 3-2 win at Chicago. I thought they played okay in that one. They were lucky they were playing Chicago on that night. Maybe give Chicago credit, but it's still a 4-game winning streak here right now for Nashville. Like I said, I always want to bet on Nashville, but man, I'm tempted to take the Sharks here to try to find a way to get an upset here. Like I said, I don't even know if I have the recent trends to prove it. Nashville's won 10 straight meetings against this team. Sharks come on. What am I doing? I can't even make an excuse for these guys other than the fact that other than the do factor, 4 games one way, 4 games the other. Man, just gonna have to take the Predator. It is actually great. Here's the thing. I think the Sharps are on the Sharks, keeping this price down. Should be more of a discount for the Predators, actually. I might be overlooking the obvious here, trying to outthink myself and try to think like a Sharp. We better go with the Predators here. I'll just take my lumps if they lose this game. I'll just say that's why they're the Sharps, and that's why I have to be here. Trying my hardest to get 65% because it's, I have to be better than average. I'm going to take him. I'm taking the Preds here. I just crossed off my pick right there on the Sharks, and I'm bouncing to the Preds here. Just probably only because the price is low enough here. Look, you're talking $1.40 here. Thing is, they have virtually the same records here right now. It's just that overall, I think Nashville's been a little bit better team. Uh, uh, in OT here. Look, they got 5 points on these guys. They also got 2 games in hand, the Sharks. So these teams are closer than you think than 5 points. But I'm taking the Predators. I'm taking the Predators. I might regret this one. Predators and over for Andre. Red Wings is on Nashville as well. All right. Look, I'm the one that's betting on Nashville in all these games, and it's paid off, right? They've worked their way up to this position. I've been talking about it here for, I don't know, it feels like a month now. And we've taken them in some spots. And here we want to abandon. I don't want to abandon them. I don't want to abandon them, even though I know who the Sharps are on. All right, the Kings better win this one. I mean, gosh. Right now, the Kings have fallen out of the playoffs, and I don't know if they're going to catch Nashville the way things are going. It's been a downturn here, and the Kings are fighting for the postseason. They've lost 3 straight. Calgary's won 3 straight all of a sudden here, and they're a dog in this game to the Kings. And the Kings, the one thing about the Kings, at least here, they're playing Calgary, which, they won back in February 2-0. But Calgary holds the Kings down every time. We already know it's a huge, under series with these two lately. And, are the Kings really going to get any offense together on the road here? Again, this is another one where the Sharps are actually going to lay it, I believe, here. And I just can't buy it right now. I'm so down on the Kings. Calgary, they're not going anywhere. They're out of the postseason, but this is the one team they can beat. Listen to these scores. Okay, so they lost 2-0 last time out. Kings won it at home in February 2-0. Last 4 meetings before that, Calgary 2-1, Calgary 5-1. Those were at LA. And then 2-1, Calgary at home, 3-1, Calgary at home, holding the Kings to just a goal every time, and we know the Kings' offense has been dreadful. So look, this is probably, yes, these two teams have been going over, I think, here more recently. Let me see here. Calgary, under in 5 of the last 6 meetings. We know that. Kings have gone under in 8 of their last 11 on the road. They've dropped 4 of their last 5, obviously, against Calgary. Lost 6 straight here overall. They're getting plus money here with Calgary right now. The score is going to be 2-1. Another one where I believe the Sharps are willing to lay it here, and I've got to take the Calgary Flames against my Kings. They're not going to go to the playoffs, it feels like. Maybe they'll see the writing on the – maybe this is the one. This is the game you have to win if you're the Kings. You are favored to win this game. It's a team that gives you trouble pretty much every time. Kings are, bottom 4 in scoring. Give Calgary credit. And, Cooley in there, Calgary's goaltenders have been probably better than advertised. Here we go with some comments. Flames here for Andre. Hey, I want to say hello and welcome to Damien in the chat. Yep, Damien's in there. I want to say it. Evardo Damien. I don't know. I'm just going with Damien. I think it's Damien in there. Evardo Damien. Thank you. Nice to have you here. And we did preview that Sacramento-Charlotte game if you're on and can just back it up there a little bit. It was the first game of the show, so I was on the under, if that helps. All right, Calgary here. Yeah, they packed it in, no doubt about it. Red Wings on the under here, but the Kings, maybe being a Kings fan, I'm just a bitter Kings fan. We're down to the last couple of games here on this massive NHL card. I do feel like we're making some solid picks. All right, Edmonton taking on Utah here in this one with Edmonton losers of two straight. I mean, look, I mean, you think I'm complaining about, what the Kings are up to? Edmonton, they're hanging in there. They're hanging in there. They're probably going to make it. They've lost a couple in a row here right now. Utah's won 3 of 4, and look, Utah's in too. You got two decent teams here. Funny, Utah actually on 80 points, Edmonton on 77. Utah coming in off of a 4-3 win over the Kings, of course. That one was in overtime, and I thought the Kings, that one really made me mad. I think we're actually on Utah, but as a Kings fan, trying to be realistic there. But a decent price here, I think, for Utah at home. I mean, come on, they're 19-12 at home, 27-19 as a favorite. You think of Edmonton and only an underdog 12 times this season, 3-9 as an underdog here, and you're getting a pretty decent price here with Utah. Edmonton has won the last 4 meetings in this series, including the meeting this year so far, 6-3. These teams will meet again. And Edmonton won at 6-3 at home way back beginning of the season. And just kind of like what I'm seeing here from Utah, and a pretty modest price here at $1.30. $1.30, $1.35, somewhere in there right now. Utah has lost 4 of their last 5 at home. Edmonton owns these guys 11 of the last 13, not just 4 in a row. So that is something that Utah will have to overcome here. Edmonton's gone over in 5 straight meetings here in Utah. You got to think this one is going to have some goals. I mean, come on. We know Edmonton been over City here of late. Maybe let's go to the total here. Edmonton is, I think a lot of people know this, 10-1-1 to the over as an underdog. And they'll be giving up the goals here again, even probably the Utah Mammoth, Utah 19-15 to the over at home. They've also gone over in 4 of the last 5 against Edmonton and 5 straight at home. So why wouldn't be another 7-goal game at least here? Give me the over with Edmonton and Utah. I'm taking the over in this one. Gotta go over. Edmonton's gone over in 13 of their last 20. Got to give Utah a chance here to win this. Just a little bit down on the series history between these two, but Utah has not been as good as they are right now. Back when they were in Arizona, and they've just been getting better and better here, it feels like. Andre's going to be on the Mammoth, and Kelly says take the over, ride the over train. Woot, woot, and ride it. We've reached the last game here on the NHL card for Tuesday, and it's the Ducks on the road taking on Vancouver. And Anaheim's won 2 in a row, and look, Anaheim here looking pretty good, leading the division. What a year it's been, and why not keep it going here against this Vancouver team, the only team in the NHL officially eliminated from the playoffs now. So $1.70 here. Probably going to take the puck line anyways because I love to burn money. Anaheim is not a good puck line favorite at all. 5-17. It's a puck line favorite. Like I said, you want to at least be 5-10. Vancouver 30-28 as a puck line dog. That's dreadful. But I'm going to take Anaheim here on the puck line. Let me at least try to back it up here. They'll probably just win here, $1.70. Actually, that probably feels like a pretty decent money line price. Probably should just roll with the money line. Problem is Anaheim has problems beating this Vancouver team. Now, hopefully they can just overcome the fact that they have lost 12 of the last 13 meetings against them, and they are a much better team this year than them. Hopefully they can overcome something like that type of series dominance. Even with the teams in the form that they are, you have to respect that 4 straight wins for Vancouver over them also. But Anaheim's won 11 of their last 15. Vancouver's lost 16 of 20, 12 of their last 16 of 20 at home, 12 of their last 15 overall. 8 of the last 12 meetings between the two have gone under, and Anaheim's gone under in 8 of their last 12. But these two teams are big-time over teams this season. That makes it interesting. Anaheim 15-7 to the over is a favorite, and Vancouver 23-13 to the over at home. And these two teams have combined 80 and 59 to the over, but of late under. I mean, totally under of late for both teams. Even Anaheim, those high-scoring games are kind of gone by the wayside a little bit. Anaheim's one of the most profitable teams in the league, and Vancouver's been terrible. I'll just take the puck line here with Anaheim. Money line might be just fine here, $1.70. Okay, some comments from the chat, and then we're going to have here we go. Andre loves Dostal here. Quack, quack. And Kelly, thank you for your comments in the show there. Vancouver horrific. Andre Ducks puck line. Am I crazy here? And I don't know if we should. Thanks to new commenter Trileo Euro, ask your mother. In the chat, Vancouver's a killer every time. All right. And I think that's it. I think that's it for the show. Can't show that name on screen, but thank you. All right, it's going to do it. Hey, don't forget, come on, I missed the best part of the show. You got to go over to Tony'sPicks.com and check out our premium picks. Absolutely our best picks every day over at Tony's Picks. I'm on a lot of shows, a lot of streams, if you will, but you can always go over to Tony'sPicks.com, and that's where I start every day with my strongest picks every day over at Tony's Picks. Take a look at the handicapper leaderboards and see who is hot over there. And let me see what we got here. There I am. I'm on the 7-day leaderboard there. Let me go over to the Who's Hot board today and see. I think I went with a couple of winners here today. What did we? Oh no, I had just one game. Just won the game today. Actually, I never have just one here, but on today's card I did. Let me compliment everyone here. Bo Dunn continues to be hot right now, 3-0. You saw him today on the drive-through there. And also Ron Hahn, 2-0. Shane Mickle, 2-0. Tony's Picks VIP account, 2-0. Joey Tron, 1-0. Kevin Thomas, 1-0. Stax McKelvey, 1-0. Tony T, 1-0. Brian Bittler, 1-0. Damian Sosh, 2-1. Ron Crawford, 2-1. Got some winners on a light card. Bo Dunn on top over the last 7 days. Put Bo and I together in the 2-for-1 capper promotion. You'd be 49-24 over the last week, and you'd be up over 26.5 units. Why wouldn't you do that? Tony's Picks VIP account, 67% over the last 7 days. Shane Mickle up there, 4.25 units. Double Shooty up almost 3.5 units. Ron Hahn up 3 1/3 units. Nick Lagarettos nearly 3 1/4 units. Mills Young up 3 units. Brian Bittler, Joey Tron, Al Ninos, Kevin Thomas in the green over the last 7 days. Last 30 days, Shane Mickle up nearly 16 units. Brian Bittler up 6.5 units. Stephen Duncan up 3.5 units. Kevin Thomas 2 3/4 units. Tony T up a couple units. Mills Young up a couple units. Joey Tron up 1.5 units there. And last 30 days, of course, this year, 2026, Stephen Duncan up there, 36.5, 38.5 units. Oh my gosh. Over there at Tony'sPicks.com. Click on the Premium Picks tab. There you'll find all the best picks from all of our cappers there, loaded up and ready to go for the action on Tuesday. Shane Mickle's got a basketball 3-pack up right now. Al Ninos, Tuesday, NHL Power Play ready to go. Chris Atkins, NBA Slam Dunk Best Bet. Rod Zawacki's on a 5-pack there in the college basketball with all of his games ready to go here for the weekend. He's been hot. Check us out there over at Tony'sPicks.com. David Racy there, NHL Empty Netter. should be a big day on the ice for sure. So thanks for checking that out. Use the promo code Tony T at checkout to save 15% off those premium pick packages. Like I said, these are my boutique high roller plays. I mean, you're not going to be, with all due respect, this are the strongest ones that I work on. So you see me there 22-12 over the last 7 days. So these are the games that you're going to want to be making your biggest bets on, to be frank here. That's what I have to work to do to keep up a winning pace at Tony'sPicks.com. So use that promo code Tony T at checkout. And hey, why not go long term with me here? Let me bring up. I was trying to say go with my. There we go. I want to get to my page there real quick. Thank you. There we go. All right. You can see some of the sports that I excel in. Tony talks about a lot. I really branch out there and show my plays in some other sports as well, including tennis and college baseball as well here. There we go. And let's see. Yeah, the last 7 days there, college basketball, 11-7 run, NHL, some winners in there as well. Last 30 days, good run in soccer, and here in 2026, a lot of sports that I kind of come through. So if you want to have some alternative picks, join me over at Tony'sPicks.com. It's going to do it here for Night Moves. Really appreciate it. Back here with more action on Wednesday, including, you guys can't wait, Major League Baseball season opener, Giants and Yankees. Can you believe it? It's finally here, just in time for our summer months. All right, it's going to do it here for Night Moves. Really appreciate it. We'll be back here tomorrow. And for the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, the 53,000 subscriber juggernaut, I'm Ramon Scott. Good night from Las Vegas.